Well, just got it registered and inspected about 20 minutes ago. Hasn't skipped a beat or broken down or stalled or anything since I put the new mass airflow sensor on it. And I've been driving it for maybe a total of 2 hours so far. Doesn't overheat. Put some 93 octane in her. See how she likes that. Gonna change the oil, spark plugs, plug wires, cap, rotor, fuel filter here in about an hour. Just because I don't know when the last time it was done, so I might as well do it. But it runs great otherwise. Got the other wheel back on. I didn't really put it on straight because it was like 11 o'clock at night. And I didn't want to start it up to go see if it was straight, but you know, it'll send. It's tune-up time. Just went and picked up a new battery for it. Of course, they don't know why they always do this, but positive's supposed to be over here, negative's supposed to be over here, but luckily my cables reach. The 242 is the same way. That's all right. I can deal with it. Got me a little fan going. But right here, we have, I'm not doing the head gasket because the head looks like it was taken off at some point and fixed and maybe rebuilt or something. Like I was saying in another video, I mean, you can even see like on the rocker, it's got like a little logo there, so I don't know if it's an aftermarket rocker or what, but it looks clean in here. So obviously the head gasket was already done within the last 2 years, so I'm not worried about that right now. Timing belt was done in 2014, so we'll probably do that here in the next few weeks, but for right now we're just doing intake exhaust gaskets, valve cover, plugs. Got a new fuel pressure regulator here, plug wires, rotor. Got 12 foot of vacuum line so I can replace every vacuum line on the motor. Gonna compression test it while we're in there taking the plugs out just to make sure this motor's healthy. Figured I might as well, when the intake's off, clean up the side of the block and paint it back to red. Make it look nice and shiny again. So I don't know if this pressure regulator is bad, but you know, there was, when I got the car, there was the slightest bit of wetness on the end of this. And if you watch my channel, you would know that that is why the blue car caught on fire, from a bad fuel pressure regulator. Spraying gas directly into the manifold instead of going back to the tank, and it backfired and caught on fire. At least that's the theory. It makes the most sense. The regulator was bad even after I rebuilt the motor, and it almost happened to me again when I was priming it for the first start. So I don't know if it's bad, but it makes me feel safe putting a brand new one on it. Cheap insurance, 80 bucks, you know, it's better than having to do what I did to that other car all over again. So another thing I wanted to mention is I think this harness was replaced at some point because it looks very nice. Ignition harness. Oh, my battery died, that sucks. And back here at the firewall, these wires all look good. Not all corroded like they're supposed to be for an 84. Quite surprising. I don't know how it looks down in here. I guess we're gonna see when the manifold's off. It is kind of suspect that all this is taped up with this blue tape, and this is electrical taped over. I'm not a fan of that, kind of scares me. So we'll address this. This is also the wrong timing cover for a B23. This is a B230 timing cover because it's plastic. It's supposed to have an all metal frame like the back plate here. So I'm probably just gonna take this off. Actually, bet it's got a bottom bolt on it. No? I don't know. Anyways, I'll take that off, run it without it. I don't like them. So let's start tearing this apart and get a compression reading on it, see how she is. All right, compression test on cylinder 1. Completely cold motor, dry test, not a wet test, with throttle all the way open. Should be long enough. Always hope for about 210 or 200. And this is 200 on the dot, so that's good. Let's see if the rest of the cylinders are up to par with that. Cylinder 2, 179, 180. Kind of low compared to 200, but let's keep going. 200 on cylinder 3, looking good so far. And once again, cylinder 4 is 200. So that leads me to believe this is a relatively healthy motor with all 3 cylinders, 1, 3, and 4 being at 200 psi, and cylinder 2 being at, what did I say, 190, 180. That's not too bad. It could also be, you know, this head was replaced or rebuilt at some point, so the valve clearances aren't properly set maybe, because it does have a lot of top end clack, valve clatter, so might need a valve job. But I'm happy with those numbers. It's pretty healthy. It's not the 210 across all 4 that this car has, even though that has 480 something thousand miles, but that's good enough for me. I can daily drive with that. So now we're going to throw in the new spark plugs. These didn't look too bad, a little oil soaked, but cool. NGKs, nice. Somebody took care of this, used the good stuff. Well, got the intake manifold off, and I have to stay true to my name. They don't call me Redblock Jesus for nothing, so had to paint the block. Got it all wire wheeled down, got all the grease off, all the dirt and oil, and taped off the necessities. I don't mind getting a little overspray on the cylinder head because I got the wire brush to get it off, so a little overspray won't hurt it. But got the block painted somewhat. We'll let it dry. I'm gonna take the idle air control valve. Looks clean, nice. I'll open it up, clean out the inside of it, then pull off this fuel pressure regulator, go inside and put my new injector O-rings on, and get this manifold cleaned, pressure washed, and painted, and put it all back together. I wasn't really planning on doing this, but you know, I kind of got carried away. I'm supposed to be doing all this to this car, but you know, I don't know. It's all good. This only took me, what, 2 hours in, and I'm just taking my time, really. So yeah, let's keep her going. I'm gonna probably get this all done tonight. I still got to take the valve cover off, change the valve cover gasket, and then paint the valve cover red. Of course, it's my signature move. Redblock, red valve cover. That's how we do it. I'm not gonna put that downpipe gasket on right now, just because I don't think it's leaking, and it's really just, it's a bitch to get in there to get those bottom bolts out. And he has a little overspray on the oil filter. Once again, changing the oil, new filter, don't care. So let's keep at it. I think it's like 10 o'clock right now, so I'll keep going as long as it takes till it's done and I'm driving again. Well, I should have prepared for this to happen, but I was pulling the injectors out, and the caps are pretty much all broken. This one's decent, but this one is coming off in pieces. This one's coming off. I was gonna just replace the O-rings and the FPR, but O'Reilly's don't have them. Advance does, but they're already closed, so hopefully I can get a set tomorrow. I was hoping on running the car tonight, but that's all right. Let's get back to work. Unfortunately, I do not have my feeler gauge with me. Otherwise, I'd be checking the clearance on the valves. But very nice and clean in here, as it would be, because, you know, I'm gonna try to suck out this oil. I'm gonna have to do an oil change. I don't want this, whatever this is, to get mixed up with my new oil, 1540. See if I can suck it out with something. There it is. Making some good progress here. Just took like an hour break, went and chilled out. Doing a bunch of little things. I found a little bitty hole in the intake tube, so I just wrapped it in electrical tape. That's kind of like the Turbo Brooks way of fixing the intake pipes. This was like a chrome piece. Wrapped that in electrical tape so it was black. Doesn't look as shitty. Still need to get some motor mounts for it eventually. Sucks. The plug wires that came with this car are too short. They do not fit. So, yeah. I'm gonna have to use the blue ones that came with it. I think I have a set inside actually. They're black. I just don't think blue plug wires are gonna look good with a red valve cover. It's currently 1 o'clock in the morning, as you can see. Making it look nice. Got all the new hoses ran to here. Got them there. Got one more to do that goes to the cruise control box. And we'll just have to wait till tomorrow to do the fuel filter and injectors, and that should be it. I'll do the timing belt maybe sometime next week. I don't know. All right, next day. Pretty much did everything last night. Just have spray paint. Just have to change the fuel filter. Already changed the oil. Got the new filter on, so it's good to go. About to go pick up the new injector rebuild kit in about 20 minutes. So all I got to do is fuel filter and injectors, put it back together, and we're done. Let's get this swapped out, see how bad it is. Swapping out the old man filter. Well, okay. For a good quality Bosch. Don't look too bad. Still, rather have it done than not do it. Alright, it's fuel rail time. So I just picked up the new seals for the O-rings. Comes with the two O-ring spacer and the new cap. So we can get these freshened up. Got the new FPR ready to go on. Let's get it. Well, I'd call that a success. We're done with this car now. Now it's gonna be the daily driver. So quick rundown on everything we've done to it since 5 o'clock yesterday. We have new fuel filter, new fuel pressure regulator, all new vacuum lines, besides the one going to the fuel pressure regulator. I didn't have enough to put one there, and that one didn't have any cracks in it, so I just put that one back on. New spark plugs. Spark plug wires are the same because I don't have any, but these are fine too. Cap and rotors new. Injector O-rings. Well, the full kit for them. What else? New battery, mass airflow sensor. Adjusted the throttle cables because they were a little funky. The kickdown cable was over here on the cruise control pulley, and whenever you'd give it gas to go take off, it wouldn't really want to go anywhere, especially if you were, doing about 40 miles an hour. Excuse me. There we go. If you were doing about 40 miles an hour and you floored it to pass someone, it wouldn't kick down because it was just loose as shit. So I put it over here on the right one where it's supposed to be, and she's got proper pullage. You can hear the TPS in there. Had to adjust this as well because it was slightly too high and making the throttle open just like that where it clicks. It was just barely too tight, and it would make the throttle stay open. What else? We did intake exhaust manifold gaskets. Brand new flame trap, cleaned out the PCV box, got all the oil out of that, repainted the block, cleaned out the idle air control valve, cleaned out this intake pipe. I found one little hole on the back side of this, so I just electrical taped around it. It's kind of the Turbo Brooks way to fix these. Almost can't even tell it's taped. What else? Oil change and filter. New air filter. I don't know. We've done a lot to it, and she runs great. So I think all that was wrong with it was just the mass airflow sensor. And I mean, honestly, I think that's it. Everything else I just kind of did just so I know when it was done. I don't have to worry about it. So if anything ever goes bad, I can be like, oh, well, you know, it's the fuel pumps because I didn't change those. They were good. At one point, those are the only things I didn't change was the fuel pumps as far as the fuel system. So I think we'll be good to go on this. She sounds happy. She looks happy. Should be able to get another 200, 300,000 miles out of her. Not me personally, because, you know, I don't keep shit that long. But we'll do a timing belt and water pump on it. Maybe in a few weeks. It don't look bad. The belt's not cracked or anything, so it's not like a major concern. And the water pump, I'm sure that was probably done when the timing belt was done in 2014. So we'll do all that in a few weeks. Not a big thing. Brakes look fine as far as brake fluid. It stops fine. Tires are from 14 or 15. So they don't have any cracks in them, but they have good tread, so that's good. I'll rock with them. So whoever had this car definitely took care of it and put quality shit in it, because, you know, they took it to a certified Volvo place to get the timing belt done, and I assume, you know, a year later they put the tires on it. They used NGK spark plugs, you know, all this high quality parts. So they didn't cheap out on anything. That's good. New wire harness, it looks like. I didn't find any fraying down here. It all looked good, so it's a relatively new wire harness. So someone definitely took care of it. Now it's my turn to do all the little things they might have missed. Still got to glue the badges on the back. I forgot about that. Got to take this off, put my sticker on. GTO 8DP. This ain't no GTO, but I'm sure it says GT0, but still. My classic plate should be here in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So I got to rock with that temp plate. I need to do something about this paint. It's kind of bothering me now. Wondering if some of this will stand out. I don't know, probably not. That's all I got for right now. Probably tonight or tomorrow I'm going to order all the seals for that car. I've been hesitating on getting started on that just because I know I got to pull the motor to do the rear main and the oil pan gasket. And the car is lifted up, so it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. Plus I'm on gravel rock, so an engine hoist is going to suck ass. So I might go by my dad's house and just do it in his driveway, because the hoist is already at his house. We'll see. That's all I got for right now. Alright, got some return signal lenses here from IPD, so these can go bye-bye. Not gonna break this one because it's in a little bit of shape. That one was literally in 4 pieces, so I'm gonna throw these on and I'm gonna go pick up that passenger seat. Just had some packages show up. Shout out to Dave Barton for hooking me up once again with these gauge faces. I was gonna do the blue ring how I have it in the 2-door, but this car is not really blue. It's more of a faded gray-ish. So I decided to go with the same setup I had in the black car. It's the white with the gray rings, deco font with the custom Volvo 245 logo down here. So we can get this installed, and I also have this for that blank square, and then a front grille emblem. which I'm not really a fan of that, so I might not put it on. It's supposed to be a prancing moose, but it just looks like a bull. So, all right. And we got the back seat covers, so it shouldn't look as shitty. The only reason I have this whine is because of that number right there. Yeah, very good. Okay, so I got some shitty little rear seat cover just to get us by for the time, so it doesn't look as terrible. Still looks like shit, but it'll do for now. It's not the best fitment. It's for a single cab classic truck, but it'll hide the ripped leather. We also got the gauge cluster in. That looks much nicer. We got the 245 down there in the corner. Forgot the battery's not in here. But yeah, got this over here too. We'll do a before and after of it. And I think that will conclude the videos on this car for a while. The IPD dash kit I ordered should be here. Don't know. But this is terrible. Just got my thing sticking up there. Looks bad. But it'll cover all this up. And, oh, see, it's already cracking more. I was going to pull this dash out and sand it, Bondo it, and repaint it, but I don't really feel like fucking with it. You know, for 140 bucks, the IPD cover will do a good job. Oh, I didn't show the other seat. A lot better shape than the driver's seat. Shout out to Jason for this. It's got a tiny little split here in the seams, but you almost can't even tell. And he was telling me about some kind of sealer that goes in here. It's almost like liquid nails or something, but it's for seams. But I'm not really worried about that. Whoever sits in here just got to be careful with it. But it looks good. I have to either fix this seat, re-stitch it there, or just fuck it. Find a whole interior for a wagon at a whatchamacallit junkyard. Hopefully I can find one. I don't care if it's leather, but it's either gonna be black or blue. That's all I really care about. And I was also experimenting here. Let's see if I can get it off. That works. With painting the middle black, because I know on some 760 turbos they have these wheels, but the centers are painted black, like a flat black. And this is the only side where I'm missing a hubcap, and I don't really feel like paying whatever the amount is for a single hubcap. Got the new lenses on, by the way. They look good. And I guess we'll rock this for now. Anyways, I don't feel like looking for another hubcap. So tell me what y'all think on that. I'm kind of iffy on it, the black center. I don't know how I feel, but I guess I could just paint all of them black, and if I don't like it, put the cap back on. But then that leaves me with one side black. Shit, I don't know. Maybe I'll just paint that other one black and see how I like it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But god damn, the lighting on this car right now looks very good. Oh, I cracked my $300 tail lights, you can see here. Yeah, that sucks. Don't buy Euro spec tail lights if you're gonna daily drive your car. And then, oh well, you can see on this one, like I was saying, they're blue. I had them color matched to this, and also my volt gauge is kind of the same deal, the blue on there. But I still need to get the driver's side in. Wow, I just had a stroke. Still need to get the driver's seat in The foam's coming out on the bottom there. But we do have the passenger seat in. I talked about this a long time ago, maybe like way before I moved. These are out of a RSX, like a 2002. Big side bolsters, way more comfortable than the stock seat. I just haven't had the time to put the other seat in and fabricate the bracket for it, but we'll see what happens. Next video is probably going to be on the lifted Volvo. I ordered everything last night or the day before. Should be here within a week. We'll get that resealed up, out of here, and make room for more Volvos to flood in here.